Okay guys, now I am coming back with another quick and easy recipe. Now what I have here is like 8 eggs that I already cracked, and then I have 1 cup of half and half, and then I'm going to be using just another half a cup of whole milk. The recipe called for 1.5 cups of half and half, but I just decided to do a cup and then a half and call it a day. It's got a whisk. I'm just gonna whisk these eggs together. Normally I like to whisk them with a mixer, but the little chopper that I have, it has a whisk attachment, so I usually just use it all in one. So I see that that needs to be charged overnight. It's okay. It wasn't having it today, but it's good. Next I have some sausage that I just went ahead and sauteed, and I added some pepper flakes to it because I couldn't find the spicy one, so I just went ahead and got the regular and then just added some pepper flakes to it. It'll come out fine. Next, this is a bag of like the O'Brien potatoes, but it didn't have none of the seasonings in it, because usually the O'Brien usually have like some peppers and onions. I just went ahead and put these in the oven, and I added a little bit of seasoning to them. And I always like to brown my potatoes before I put them in a casserole. I like my potatoes to be cooked, so you're not getting pieces like of uncooked potatoes, because even though you have them and you bake it, to me still it is not cooked all the way like I would like my potatoes to be cooked. So I will always just go ahead and cook my potatoes before I put them in a casserole. Next, I'm just going to be coming in with some cheese, probably about a cup or so. I'm just going to eyeball it, and I think that's enough. Just get everything mixed up, and while you're mixing everything, you can be getting your oven heated to 350. That way, once everything is mixed up and combined, you can just go ahead and be ready to pop it in the oven. And I think this cooks on 350 for about 30 minutes or so. I'm just going to move this out of the way so I can get the pan. And here's the pan that I'm going to bake it in. I'm going to spray it a little bit so nothing won't stick. Then I'm going to come back and just get this poured in like that, like voila. Okay. Just get that spread out nice and even. Next, I have a can of the Butterflake crescent rolls. I already opened them, so they would just kind of be ready to rock and roll. So I'm just gonna lay this over them, over this. If you don't have crescent rolls, that's fine. If you have biscuits, you could always use biscuits. And if you don't have none of the above, it is fine. Just go ahead and still make the casserole. Your family is still going to love it. So it's not going to be a big deal It's just almost like cleaning out the fridge, and I'm like, oh, we have crescent rolls. Let's use what we have. Let's make a recipe. So, like I said, it will be absolutely fine if you don't have any crescent rolls or any biscuits or anything like that. This is still a really good casserole without it. Get my last little couple of pieces. That piece. It's so hot in here. These little stuff be like kind of wonky. So I'm going to go ahead and get this in the oven, like I said, on 350. I know at least for 30 minutes, but once I come back, I will let you know the exact time. I'm going to cover this with foil probably for about the first 15 minutes or so, because I don't want the crescent rolls to get too brown. So I'm going to cover this and then I'll uncover it for the rest of the time. So once I come back, I'll let you know the exact amount of time that I cook this on. I will see you in a minute. Okay guys, now I just took this out of the oven and I just almost had burnt it because the bottom was done but the top was still really light. So I had turned it on the broil and I had put it under there, and next thing I know, I was like, oh my goodness, if it would have been a couple of more seconds, that would have been a goner. Now I went ahead and I cooked this on 375 for about 30 minutes. I did not cover the top. I felt that it didn't need to be covered. I'm trying to get the whole piece out. Ooh, you can still see the smoke coming off of it. And I'm glad that I didn't cover it because, like I said, when it was uncovered, the top still really wasn't getting done. So I did have to put it under the broiler for a few minutes. But like I said, you know, everybody oven cooks a little bit different. Now I'm going to go ahead and take a bite of this. Oh, that just looks good. And it's still super, super hot. So give me a minute. That's super good. I'm getting like a little bit of the spicy from the sausage when I put the peppers in there. But usually when I make eggs, I don't really recall just putting like half and half or a lot of milk in them. But like these eggs are super fluffy and super creamy. And I normally put whipped cream cheese into my eggs also, but my little mixer thing wasn't acting right, so I just was like, you know what, I'm not gonna put in none this time. But this is really, really good. This came out really good. The last time I made a casserole like this, I layered everything, so it was like sausage on the bottom, potatoes, and I poured the eggs, and then the crescent rolls on the top. But I like this. Everything is just mixed up. You're still getting a bite full of everything. This is really, really delicious. This is definitely a Saturday, Sunday morning. You just get up real quick, mix this up, throw it in the oven. You can sit down and have your coffee, chill out for a minute, then breakfast is done. And this is all in one. You have your bread, egg, meat, starch, good to go. You guys definitely give this a try. Until next time, bye.